Hello and welcome to News Across Nigeria. I'm Joke Rogers. Coming up on the program today, the federal government insists its determination to develop the Niger Delta region is intact. Health workers in Enugu and Anambra states lament poor working conditions in hospitals. And internally displaced persons of Kaga local government area of Borno State get new homes. While he has continued his work, the acting president, Professor Osinbajo, has arrived in Owerri, the Imo State capital, on a one-day working visit with the aim of meeting with the people of the state, and particularly the people of Ohaji, Egbema and Oguta oil-producing local government areas. Professor Osinbajo's first point of call is the palace of the chairman, Imo State Council of Traditional Rulers, to pay homage to the traditional institution in the state. The acting president is expected to also visit the Niger Delta region of the state, mainly Ohaji, Egbema and Oguta. He will afterwards have a town hall meeting with Imo citizens at the Imo International Conference Center and also commission some projects executed by the state government. The vice president's visit is part of his familiarization and consultation tour to oil-producing communities in the Niger Delta region of the country to seek peace and stabilization in the region. Well, the reports about the Niger Delta region will no longer be that of neglect, and that's part of the resolve that the federal government re-echoed by the acting president, Professor Osinbajo, who visited Rivers State in continuation of the ongoing consultations towards achieving peace in that area. Now, Professor Osinbajo was received by Governor Nyesom Wike and traditional rulers, amongst others.
The arrival of the acting president signals the beginning of this meeting in Port Harcourt, the Rivers State capital.
APC! APC!
It's a session on Niger Delta matters between the acting president and some stakeholders from the region.
We know how it is when you are in opposition.
Majorly in attendance are leaders and members of the All Progressives Congress in the state, led by the former governor and Minister of Transportation, Chibuike Amechi. Then one after the other, some leaders of the party in the state took turns to make their cases for a united Niger Delta.
We respectfully request that as part of the efforts to achieve peace in Niger Delta, the federal government should do all that it can to complete the East-West Road.
One of the challenges we have in our region today is politicization of the Niger Delta struggle.
For the senator representing River Southeast Senatorial District, the Niger Delta story should not be politicized.
We want to use this opportunity to call on the federal government to take a very clear and decisive step to try to bring peace to Rivers State.
The acting president gives an assurance of the commitment of the federal government to the development of the Niger Delta and to the fortunes of its party.
Those young men and women who are involved in illegal refining, our approach to that is that we must engage them by establishing modular refineries so that they can participate in legal refining, not illegal refining. And we are committed to making sure that the young men and women of the Niger Delta are properly engaged. We'll look at the amnesty issues. We'll make sure that amnesty continues. Some people have been trying to suggest that we close down amnesty. That's not true. We have made more provision for amnesty than has ever been made. And we have made more provision for social intervention. This state, Rivers State, has the second largest number of young graduates who have been employed by the federal government under our Empower scheme. This is not the time to make war. No, this is the time to make peace so that we can ensure that we derive all of the benefits that are derivable from the center.
The meeting ends with a promise by the federal government to continue to engage all relevant stakeholders to bring lasting peace to the Niger Delta. Emmanuel Irei, Channels Television News.
As the Vice President continues to fill in for President Muhammadu Buhari, a professor of international law and jurisprudence at the University of Lagos, Akin Oyebode, has called on Nigeria's #1 citizen to speak to Nigerians from his vacation base in London. According to Professor Oyebode, this move is necessary after his phone conversation with U.S. President Mr. Donald Trump. Professor Oyebode adds that Nigerians have a right to know the whereabouts of their leader, and it would only be fair for him to address Nigerians to dispel rumors about his health. He was speaking on our breakfast show, Sunrise Daily.
I've seen pictures in the papers of visitors, and he looks okay, and the wife says pray for him and all that, to assure us, he's president of Nigeria, that everything is okay. Nothing stops your correspondent in London going to interview him, and China's carrying it. It will suit worried bums, okay, in Nigeria. Well, if the president can find the time and strength to talk to Donald Trump, then he should be able to talk to us. And it's not too difficult. Skype is there. Also, you sell them the idea that Nigerians are waiting. It's not enough to hear that everything is okay, it's hunky-dory with the president. You should just use Skype, address us that, fellow Nigerians, I thank you for your empathy, for your sympathy, for everything. I'm okay. Before too long, I'm going to be back on scene. That's enough.
Professor Akin Oyebode there. Now to other stories. The governor of Edo State, Godwin Obaseki, has restated his commitment to reposition the state's healthcare delivery system through retraining of health personnel. Mr. Obaseki was speaking to a team of Edo health professionals who practice abroad at the government house in Benin City, the state capital. The leader of the delegation, Edison Osifo, says that is in town to support local healthcare personnel on the best practices in the sector.
What we are doing is health promotion, disease prevention, taking care, monitoring blood pressure, blood sugar, and then doing teachings along the line of helping to monitor those two areas. We will also give medications, but that is the temporary fix. The few that we've done before we came, we have some people that have blood pressure of 195 over 110. In the United States, that would say that you are a walking corpse. Because you have few symptoms, having headache, blood vision, you are susceptible to having a stroke.
Many things are broken, particularly in our healthcare system. And by the grace of God, we'll fix it. First, the infrastructure. We have tried to rebuild the infrastructure in our healthcare system. We focused on our general hospitals. But just like we did with schools, the building, a hospital building, a well-built hospital block does not translate to medical care. There's more to medical care, as you can see now. So, training our people, particularly nursing care, is one area I want to emphasize. And that is one area I need help on.